What's going on, NFL fans? Mr. Shawty here, back with another ShawtyTalks podcast. Today we'll be talking about the NFC West offseason edition. Let's kind of get into it. So, first off, we have the Rams. Draft capital is minimal, but they need another corner. They need another complementary edge piece. They could use a guard to replace quarterback, tight end, probably later. But their biggest need is probably going to be they need help defensively. Tight end with all the three wide receiver sets they do, probably not the most important thing. Where else can I go with this? Guard, you can use Alaric Jackson and Bobby Evans. You can have them compete at guard. Might not be the most successful thing in the universe, but again, when you're drafting so late, I mean, are you really going to be able to find someone better, especially when you're getting that late into the draft? As I said, when you probably need another edge rusher, and you need another corner to be across from Ramsey. And again, these guys being kind of later doesn't really matter. Doesn't hurt. The sooner the better, obviously, to maximize the talent. But when you got Aaron Donald, it's pretty helpful. And having Jalen Ramsey, you can give help to the other side and be fine with Jalen Ramsey. On to the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers, they're kind of in the same boat. They could definitely use another corner, a lockdown corner. It was amazing what DeMarco Ryans could do with the guys he had last year. But otherwise, defensive line, they look fine there. Linebackers are fast as always. Safeties are fine. A guard to replace Laken Tomlinson would be huge. Tight end depth isn't great. And then wide receiver depth isn't great. But again, that's when you're getting to the third and fourth rounds when you're attacking your most important need, which is, guard and tackle, or guard and corner. Like I said, a tight end in the third and fourth when you got Kittle and Ayuk and Debo. And you can trot out any running back out there and be just fine. So it's not the worst case scenario for San Francisco. On to the Cardinals. Cardinals, they could use they need another running back. I mean, to complement James Conner, they're going to need another running back. He worked pretty good with Chase Edmonds, but I believe he was mostly just their red zone guy. So having a guy that can kind of be there for pass catching situations and kind of be a better pass catcher and down the field, be there majority of the time would be nice. Edge rusher is huge. They're going to need an edge rusher because J.J. Watt's their best pass rusher. We all know his injury history. There is no Chandler Jones, so again, getting another edge rusher is going to be crucial. They could use another wide receiver, although, I mean, kind of like I said, San Francisco. I mean, when you get later on in the draft, I mean, depth, fourth round pick. I mean, are they really going to be better than Antoine Wesley? Maybe, but at least you have that competition there. Another corner to go along with Marco Wilson, Jeff Gladney, Byron Murphy. More corner depth definitely doesn't hurt them either. Last team that we're going to talk about is the Seattle Seahawks. They are kind of an interesting team. As I've talked about in the earlier editions, there is only one true team that needs to draft a quarterback. Seattle, between Geno Smith and Drew Lock, they can really just add best available players. And at 9, it should be an offensive tackle. I mean, no one's going to be able to do anything with the offensive tackles you have available right now. And with teams like the Packers who might be shooting for a tackle, there's, I'm sure I'll get into more teams that might be looking for a tackle later on, but I can't think of any right now off the top of my head. But when you got teams later on looking for these tackles, again, waiting, hoping someone reaches in the second round, especially when I've talked about this quarterback class being so, there might be someone there. It just depends on how much people value their quarterback compared to possibly getting an upgrade and the talent that's available. There might be some surprise teams that go quarterback, but again, Seattle, their offensive tackle situation's pretty dicey. They could use a corner, so I mean, if Stingley or Gardner's there, maybe you consider it. Edge isn't a big need, so again, Seattle could go a whole bunch of different directions. it'll be interesting to see. As always, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Peace out.